Hello, I'm Toad Kitty, back after 5 months with art. The way I started this channel was creating this OC that I just had. I just looked up a random generator, had like mythical creatures and things, and I generated a server part, which I ended up just posting a video about designing this character. And I've had her for 2 years now, and I've changed a lot since then, and I wanted to make her human because I'm not really much of, not really in the furry fandom anymore, so I did want to have like my main characters be human, or like humanoids I guess. Before I actually like play the video of me doing the first few designs for the trio I have, I'm sorry for most of the audio. I mostly didn't do this scripted, and this is my first time just like doing anything like this, because usually I use the text-to-speech option on CapCut. So yeah. Anyway, for this I did want to keep relatively accurate to like their original designs, and just kind of convert them over from one species to another. So I did keep the fangs, and in here I did keep the tails, but I end up getting rid of them later, so don't get too attached. I did want to have like their flowers based on that, like on their shirts. So Cremon and Rose have theirs on there, but Verbena does not, and I don't really add that in, so she does look a bit emo, but she's meant to. She always has, pretty much. And the colours are pretty much similar. Rose's hair ends up changing a lot, and same with Cremon. Verbena has not changed since like this drawing. She has stayed pretty true. And that's sort of it for this piece. So on to the next one. For a lot of these, they're just gonna be like hanging out somewhere, because I wanted these as my backgrounds, and I wanted my little guys on my background, because why not? That's so fun. But just like as a background, they're not usually this happy. I did traumatize Rose a bit. The other guys don't exactly have that much lore yet, but they are friends. Cremon and Verbena were friends before they met Rose, and shenanigans is what led them to all meet, and now they are a trio, and they are not sold separately. You can't separate them. Rose is on her Switch. I don't know if she's gonna keep that Switch, but just for this piece, she does have one. Yeah. For this next piece of art, I wanted to start making character sheets for all of them, and I did end up doing Rose's, but I haven't done the others yet, so I'll do that later. But I'm just like putting her hands out and stuff because I wanted her to have painted nails, and I think that's fun. And she does have the petal motif still there, where she has a petal for every life she goes through. I'm not entirely sure if I'm keeping the reincarnation bit, but I do want to recreate all of her designs, because despite being redesigns, I still use them multiple times. As seen in most of my videos, they are not gone, they are still here. And while I won't be using the animal versions anymore, I can still keep them on by recreating all of her like redesigns in human form. Here is where I recreate the other piece, and that is why it is in the background. They are having a sleepover in Cremon's room, which I think was fun to design. He definitely has some sort of obsession with bugs, and I think it's fun. He probably doesn't have a good sleep schedule, because I imagine Rose doesn't get a lot of sleep a lot of the time, but when she's like in situations like this, she goes to sleep instantly. But Cremon, he needed some time to just recharge his social battery, because they're all introverts now, except for Rose. But like, they're all introverts. They're all mine. I have to relate to them somehow. I do write on the books. I had very nice writing on the books, but I don't keep the sketch, and I couldn't be bothered to do line art for the background, so they do disappear later. The proportions are a bit off on some of them, and here you can see Cremon has hair changed completely, because, well, not completely, but a lot. In the front bit has changed, where I changed it to something else, because I ended up drawing Rose's hair differently, which looked too similar to his hair, so I changed his hair. So his hair looks different now. It's lovely. And Rose has her hair down in here. It might be a bit long because I realize now that it's actually a lot shorter, but I didn't really think of that when I was doing this piece. I did have a lot of fun shading. The shading part was the best part, but it also did take ages. And I didn't end up shading the room for a good while. If you see it just like flashing, it's because I was turning the layer on and off just to see the difference of what the rendering looked like. Here it is now. And I was having some fun with the shading, because shading can be fun. Sometimes. It makes the piece better. And here I start working on the colours of the room, which I did kind of quickly. Which means the video is almost done, but not quite yet. I added like carpet, shadows. I tried not to keep it like just one colour, which I think I did successfully, I'd hope. It's mostly grey and green, but it's close enough. I did hide the little arrow ace flag on the caterpillar, because, guess who's arrow ace? It's my boy, Cremon. And that is that piece finished, which means the video is finished. And I hope you enjoyed just me ranting about my characters, because honestly, if you're still here, you have a very good attention span. I don't think I would have watched this video all the way through. Thank you. And goodbye. I hope you have a nice day. Yeah. Bye-bye.